What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Hope everybody is well and good in YouTube land. Coming to you with NCAA 12 online ranked, playing with the U Tampa 2 against Oregon. And I'm running the spread on offense. Miami's an interesting team. Well, first of all, I think I found my spread playbook that gives me what I like without having to, go through the rigmarole of doing a custom playbook, which combines enough air raid and enough spread. And I knew Brian Kelly would not let me down, so I'm using the Notre Dame spread playbook when I have a spread option type QB. Because I don't like air raiding with fast quarterbacks. I don't really like running the flex shoot with a quarterback that's too fast. It's just too distracting. I don't like... When I drop back to pass, I'm looking to pass, not run. When I want to run with the quarterback, I run with him. And I actually pass worse when I have a scrambler. So, any QB that I have which is above a 75 or 78 speed or so, I might as well just go all out flex bone if I have the running backs and the offensive line, or spread option. But be that as it may, Miami's an interesting team in this game. Offensively, they're really versatile. You can do a lot of things with them. You can run flex bone. They have a good line. Ja'Cory can run. They're deep at running back. They have a quick enough fullback. Pro style you can go. They have good receivers, good tight end, and again a good offensive line and a good back. You can go one back. You can go run and shoot. The receivers have good awareness. The top three receivers have awareness in the 80s. Air raid, they have good route running, and Ja'Cory is a better thrower in this game than he is in reality. As far as, well, his lack of a brain doesn't really hurt you too much because, you're Ja'Cory's brain. But his accuracy is, good enough to get by. So offensively, you can do a lot of things. And if you want to run the spread, Notre Dame's spread playbook probably isn't the best fit for them. You probably want to go with a more run-oriented spread playbook, or a more balanced spread playbook like Oregon, Auburn, Mississippi State. Spread playbooks like that. Texas even. It's a shame that West Virginia, the Rich Rod spread, isn't in the game anymore since Rich Rod isn't coaching anywhere, and I don't think any other team runs that system. If you want a good, under the radar, if you want two good under the radar spread playbooks, Wyoming and Louisiana Monroe. Wyoming is a great spread pass playbook. It's got a lot of funky formations, a lot of exotic stuff, and a lot of good, jet sweeps, counters, play actions, QB blasts and reads and all that kind of stuff. And also the Louisiana Monroe playbook is a very good spread option playbook. It's probably, I would probably classify it as a balanced spread playbook, but to me, it's more of a playbook, a spread playbook that favors the run. So you got some pistol, and you got some good Auburn-like shotgun runs, and a decent passing game also. And of course, I gotta have my screen game with my wide receivers. I'll run bubble screen, flanker screen like here, mid screen, all of them. And the Notre Dame spread playbook has that in abundance. It's the spread playbook that's most like an air raid passing attack. So that's why I settle on that. But as far as defense, as far as running the Tampa 2 with Miami, it was very strange. Miami's kind of weird on defense as far as how I wanted to, run the D. As far as linebacker coverage and secondary coverage, they're excellent. They're athletic. They're very fast. All the linebackers have good zone coverage ratings in the 70s. That's perfect. But the defensive line pass rush isn't as strong as I would like. The two defensive tackles are good and athletic and quick and can get off blocks, but I'm not in love with the defensive ends. The right defensive end is, a little bit on the average side and a step slow. They're more, run defense defensive ends as opposed to pass rushers. The left defensive end was entirely too slow. Again, he's more of a 3-4 style defensive end. So what I did was I took Miami's best pass rushing linebacker, their impact player, left outside linebacker, and moved him to defensive end so I can have at least, a speed threat off the edge there, and put in one of the backup linebackers who still has a strong coverage rating. Miami is very deep at coverage linebackers. They're like 5 deep, so you could afford to do that. You don't have to drop a safety down, so you don't really lose anything in run coverage. Because you'll see here, the coverage is really excellent, but I don't have that strong edge rush on the right side. And the linebacker, he's decent, but he's not a defensive end. Doesn't have as high as a pass rush set as a pure pass rusher would have. So you may have to blitz a little bit more than you would want to, or I would want to anyway. But the coverage is very, very good. It's excellent. It's probably one of the best I've used. But you'll see there's also this game here. Like you'll see a couple of times when there's no one open, but the end on the right side just isn't quick enough to get in there, and the linebacker on the left side isn't always strong enough to get off to beat the right tackle. But the defensive tackles, either one of them is quick enough to be a spy if need be. Now on to this weekend's game. Rumor has it there's a big game tomorrow in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. LSU, Alabama. It's here, finally. Really looking forward to that game.
He's pushed out of bounds at the 16.
And I hope it lives up to the hype. I think it will. I think it's going to be, just my hunch says that game is going to come down to something weird. The teams are just too even. The defenses are both insane. The defenses both have, guys who are going to be playing in the NFL. Great defensive lines, athletic linebackers, good secondaries. I think LSU's secondary, especially at the safety spot, is maybe a little bit better than Alabama's. A little. We're talking, nose hair length differences. They're both, like I said, excellent. It's like, choosing between a, Ferrari and a Porsche. You can't go wrong either way. I think Alabama's linebackers are a bit stouter.
Here's the handoff, and he's taken down.
I think Alabama has the best overall player that's going to be on the field. Two of the best players on the field I feel play for Alabama. Dante Whitmer and Richardson. And when you combine that with a guy who I think is the best coach in college football, along with being home, I think Alabama wins a squeaker. And I just have a feeling that the game is going to be determined by something weird. Like a bobble snap for a fumble, or the ball deflecting off somebody's hands for an interception, a muffed punt, a blocked kick, something strange. Les Miles, forgetting how many downs there are. so which can happen, is possible, but just something odd is going to determine that game because the teams are just too even across the board talent-wise, I think. So I'll have more thoughts on the college football season and how it shakes out as we get into Saturday and Sunday. And I'm going to be in a bit of a video fest. I have a couple of long overdue league games to put up, at least one, as well as some custom playbook plays that I want to show you guys that I haven't done in a bit. And I'm thinking of doing a breakdown of the other nickel set. I've done the 3-3-5 stack, but what about the 4-2-5? I got a question a while back saying, well, what if you have personnel that is more suited to a 4-man defense, but you still want to play a base nickel defense? Well, 4-2-5 might be your cup of tea, so why not break that down as well? Let's say you have a extra defensive lineman that you can't afford to waste and sit on the bench, because in the 3-3-5 stack you're only going to be playing 3 at a time most of the time. Or what if you're one linebacker short, but you still have, good depth at safety in that corner and whatnot? The 4-2-5 might be a viable option, so I think I'll dive into that playbook and show you guys some things out of that as well. So, hope you guys enjoy this edition of the Tampa 2 for the U Tampa 2, and running a little bit of spread with the U as well. It's all about them Canes. So,
he got some good leg behind it, and he kicked an accurate ball.
With the pass, incomplete. He sailed that one high.
That's not a...
Empty backfield, quarterback in the gun. 5 wide receivers. He's scrambling. It was the umpire that threw the flag, and generally, that's a holding penalty. They'll line up for another 13. Oregon, 7. Looking to throw. And he's got all the time in the world. And that one's incomplete. Wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Drops back to pass. Gets it off as he's hit. Complete. And they bring him down at the 41-yard line. And they got him. And they get a nice defensive play.
Well, here's a play you don't see very often.
And they really need a first down right here. Drops back to pass. Caught him, but they're going to lose yards. He was tackled immediately. Number 58. Here's a little draw play. He makes his way to about the 28. He hustles the troops to the line. That makes it 2nd and 2. He makes his way to about the 38. And he's tackled at the 47-yard line. That's good for a game. Nice run there. What a critical first down as time ticks away. Gives it off. They go to the left for a nice game. They give to the tailback. Gains his way to the 33-yard line. That's good for a gain of 9 yards. And that should do it. Our final tally in this one. Miami, 13. Oregon, 7.